Good morning, everybody. Hey, I want to just jump on here real quick and encourage you that if you're going through something really crazy, which the most of us are going through some things, okay? It could be health, it could be our job situation, it could be family. There's so many different things that we could be dealing with. And, we can either feel despair or we can pray. We get afraid. So when it comes to fear, fear will either trigger despair or prayer. Now, when we're feeling afraid, sometimes it's just really hard to keep our faith, that everything's going to be okay. But the Bible tells us to rejoice in the Lord, even when we are confronted with troubles and things. So if we rejoice in Him first, just think about it for a minute. If you're all upset, worked up about something, you're going through, I just don't know, I don't have the answers. And if we can rejoice in Him first, it will actually calm our spirit down enough that we can pray. When we have despair, when we're afraid and we despair, our mind is all over the place. We do and say things we normally wouldn't. You'll probably even lash out at people you normally wouldn't. But when we can get in that place of trust, it will get us through to where we can pray and know we gotta step down off the podium. We are not the creator. So take our place back. It's kind of like I heard this many years ago and I've never forgot it. God is the pilot and we are the co-pilot. He is the one. He is the leader. So let's trust Him. Now, I'm about to get married in 3 days. And we, right at Thanksgiving, found out that our DJ was not going to be able to be there. He had put it on his calendar wrong. He felt terrible, thought he had a backup, and he didn't when it happened. And honestly, I just really had the peace of God through it all because I knew that everything was going to be okay one way or another. I mean, the whole thing about us getting married is about us getting married. And we were blessed enough to be able to find somebody else that was kind enough to jump in there and take over. So God just answered prayers for that. And then was it yesterday or day before, we found out that I get a call from my pastor. Actually, it was Monday. So it was 2 days ago, that is going to marry us. And my heart, like his brother, he got called. His brother was dying. He didn't know if he was going to make it, and he had to fly out of state. And he just said, please get a backup. Well, again, I don't know. I just had this peace about it. And it's when I talked to Phil about it, who is my fiance, going to be my amazing husband in a few days, he says, honey, no matter what, I have to laugh because when we lost the DJ, he said, well, no matter what, all we really need, even if people can't make it that say they're going to make it, the weather becomes bad, and because some are coming from farther away, even though it's a very small ceremony and reception, he said, all we need is you and me and the pastor. That's really what's the most important here. Yes, we want everyone that's coming to be here and to celebrate with us, but that's all we really need to get married. So then when I talked to the pastor that I just had, I actually chuckled about the fact that Phil told me that. I felt peace about it, and then we lose our pastor. I'm like, okay, Lord, but I know this is your will for us to be living this covenant with you, God. And honestly, since we've been engaged for 3 years, we've been together 10 years, and we've always wanted to be together like that. We just didn't take the steps to do it. And since we have, God has really been blessing our relationship even more. So that's what it was really all about. And so I, when he had said that, and then we lose our pastor possibly on it, that maybe won't be back. So then I have to find another one. Well, lo and behold, I'm still pretty calm, honestly. The peace of God was upon me, and I just knew that everything was going to be okay. So we found somebody that's going to marry us. I'm actually meeting with that person today. And so I could have gotten in despair. I didn't. I just knew that everything was going to be okay. And I prayed about it. I really did pray about it. So I'm literally at the last minute trying to, this is just how it all works. I hadn't had my earrings picked out either. Is that crazy or what? I'm the bride. I don't have my earrings picked out. Yes, I want to wear some earrings. I don't know if I have a pair that matches. So I looked yesterday at all my jewelry and I'm like, gosh, I just don't think I'm going to have anything that's going to really go with my dress. So I prayed about it and I said, Lord, I put it on my list to look for earrings today. And I said, Lord, I just pray that you'll help me find that, that pair of earrings I want. I go into my closet this morning, kid you not, and I'm looking and I had missed some of my earrings because I have so many. Anyway, so I found a pair and I'm like, oh my gosh, Lord, you answer even the smallest of prayers. Yeah, that's something simple. But would I have found him? I don't know if I hadn't prayed. I did ask God. It was a little prayer, but yet it was a big prayer because it's a very special day. So I just want to encourage you, when you're going through something, you know what it feels like. Oh my gosh, I've been there so many times when I was younger even, and I wasn't as strong in the Lord. And you get in this despair. And then you're like in a panic and you don't know what to do. And there's just and then you're sick to your stomach and you can't eat, or maybe you binge eat because of emotional things. So and the one thing that I did do, I noticed that instead of getting stressed out, the thing that I love sweets, but the thing that came to me was, okay, I don't have a pastor now. This was like a day later and things were not coming together and I wasn't stressing. But all of a sudden I had this craving for chocolate cake, or not even chocolate, just a piece of cake. I love sweets, definitely a weakness of mine. So to me, I don't know if that was like an emotional, wanted that sugar, but I didn't do it. I waited till I got back home and I had these protein chickpeas. I made little protein bites, and I had a couple of those. And you know what? I got through it. And I prayed actually on the way home. I said, Lord, I don't want that to be my go-to. I don't want to have to go to stuff to make me feel better. I'm coming to you, Lord, because I know that you will make this right. And I have your peace and your joy, and I know that I'll get through. And I did. And I'm just so thankful. So I encourage you today, think about whatever it is you're going through, and think about the good things of God. When it says rejoice in God, we want to think of the good things about him and what he's done, even if it's something in your past or the things that the Bible says about him that he will do. Rejoice and recite those so your spirit can calm down, your soul and spirit calm down, and then pray about it. And then you have to let him be the pilot. We are the co-pilot. We're not the creator. So I encourage you, my friends, family, whoever's watching this, to just take a moment and be able to do that. So I thank you for tuning in. This is Coach Lori-Ann with Womanly Power. I love my family. I love the Lord most of all. And I care so much and love all of you. And I appreciate you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. God bless.